With the release of Mega Evolution on the horizon, it's about time to sunset the Scarlet and Violet era as we move into whatever the future has to offer. Black Bolt and White Flare look to be a complete wash, but we've still got one more set to cover, so let's crack open this Destined Rivals ETB and see what goodies we are destined to find inside. Before diving into the packs, I might as well go over this set's promo print. I've already given my spiel on Saboteri, but they're very quickly becoming one of my favorite rising names in the TCG, and their winning streak continues with Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. The fun fisheye lens perspective draws your eye right into the star of the show, doing what he does best. Saboteri fills the scene with tons of life, with little details like the Giovanni portrait in the background, and the grunt trying to shove Wobbuffet aside for encroaching too much on her space. It's a classically vibrant piece that I'm absolutely ecstatic to be able to add to my collection. To start us off, in our first pack, we have Tetsukayama's Applin, Toei 8's Team Rocket's Zubat, Megami Mizutani's Team Rocket's Meowth, Kanami Ogata's Dwebble, Kamanabe's Bombasnow, Matazo's Team Rocket's Weezing, Gosen's Team Rocket's Petrel, Suichiro Gunjima's Ethan's Quilava, Shinya Komatsu's Misty's Staryu, and Planeta Mochizuki's Steven's Metagross EX. I should confess that while I don't think that the Team Rocket set was really something we really needed, it was remedied a little by having some of the coolest cards out there. Matazo's already proven themselves at being able to depict these dark, intimidating scenes, and that sure is true here. The red highlights characteristic of the Team Rocket's cards add a nice contrast to the sickly greens and purples of our subject, whose face is bathed in shadow. The single point of light and surprised look on Weezing's face gives a feeling of having run into the beast while sneaking into the Rocket HQ, and you are not in for a good time at all. Best to start running. In our second pack, we've got Sui's Citadel, Ren's Marnie's Purloin, Tezuro's Team Rocket's Mareep, Sonosuke Sakama's Ethan's Slugma, Shin Nagasawa's Team Rocket's Orbeetle, Anasaki Dynamics' Steven's Matang, Hungry Clicker's Team Rocket's Nidoqueen, Tomomi Ozaki's Teal Mask Ogerpon, a Reverse Hollow Team Rocket's Orbeetle, and Naoya Kimura's Gorobis. I feel like we've been talking a lot about Purloin here lately, but it might as well keep things up. In contrast to N's Purloin from Journey Together, Marnie's Purloin here is much more menacing, with the shades of deep pinks, purples, and blues that color the piece, with the added tilt of the camera giving an added level of depth to the composition as a whole. This lovely piece comes to us courtesy of Paldean Fate's alum Rend, though their involvement in the TCG actually goes back a bit further. They were the winner of the first ever Pokemon TCG illustration contest back in 2022, and I guess creators liked their work so much that they brought them on to do more. Their photorealistic style is instantly recognizable, and their knack for capturing Pokemon in their natural habitat is also worth mentioning. They tend to be quite simple with their compositions, but even in their personal work is able to surprise with just how well they manage to perfectly capture each Pokemon even in that simplicity. Their pieces kind of give off this vibe of being a photographer that has just captured the perfect moment with their Pokemon, and it is always a treat to see what they print next. Moving on to pack 3, we find Ayako Ozaki's Ponyta, Tezuro's Marnie's Scraggy, Aliyah Chen's Mudbray, Nishimono's Breloom, Kazumasa Yasukuni's Marnie's Scrafty, Tia Machine by Studio Bora Inc., Minahamu's Hippowdon, Gotominori's Primate, Team Rocket's Great Ball by Toys to Beach, and Ghidorah's Team Rocket's Sneasel. Scrafty is one of those Pokemon that is just hard not to love. I love everything about it, and more so after getting this great print by Kazumasa Yasukuni. Yasukuni's style, with its vibrant colors and harsh angles, really do this mon justice, blending the lights and shadows of Spike Myth just enough to create the perfect atmosphere for this delinquent. The two sides of the background are split right down the middle by our target, and the neon highlights on the shadows further build out the scene, leaving you to wonder what brightly lit signage are casting such lights on our subject. Yasukuni has only been printing for about a year after debuting on Twilight Masquerade, but that hasn't stopped them from making quite the name for themselves. Their electrical use of color brings life to print after print, with a trademark energy that always makes for a banger addition to the binder. Yasukuni revels in their wide range of color usage, and that applies even more so to their submission for the 2022 illustration contest, as well as their library of intricate personal prints. The social media is flooded with these vibrant action pieces featuring characters from such series as Metroid and Transformers. I know I talk a lot about artists with cuter styles here, but that contrast just makes what Yasukuni pulls off all that more exciting to see. For pack 4, we get Susumu Maea's Ethan's Cyndaquil, Mina Nakai's Arvin's Maschef, Mina Nakai's Team Rocket's Chingling, Mashu's Fomantis, Soso's Probopass, Dom's Team Rocket's Mimikyu, Cynthia's Powerweight by Studio Bora Inc., a reverse holo Breloom, a reverse holo Team Rocket's Mareep, and Po Suzuki's Crustle. Chingling makes its first appearance here in the TCG since the Diamond and Pearl era, and it does not disappoint with this lovely artwork by Mina Nakai. Their trademark scratchy shading is always a cred pleaser, and the use of the exterior backlight from the cave entrance to cast Chingling's face in shadows gives it this subtly menacing look that milks this mon for about all it can muster, while Nakai's line work maintains that playful air that this mon is more known for. It's an excellent piece with strong contrasts to mark the triumphant return of a mon it seems TPCI had long forgotten about. Halfway there, in pack 5, we get Kiichiro Ito's Team Rocket's Ekans, Yu's Combuskin, Kamanabe's Cynthia's Feebas, Scav's Team Rocket's Dottler, Rika's Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, Kono's Shaman, Ethan's Adventure by Iori Suzuki, Ayako Ozaki's Menki, Yusoto Niso's Steven's Skarmory, and Team Rocket's Petrol by Gosen. A year into the series, and we finally get our first 2-star card. Full art trainers aren't maybe as sought after these days as they once were, with SIRs coming around, but I still love them whenever I find them. Petrol here comes off courtesy of Gosen, who is also responsible for the standard print as well. It's nothing flashy, but the shine of the holofoil makes for quite the looker, even for a card most people would easily pass over. I do have to take a sec to talk about Gosen. They debuted back in Brilliant Stars, and always do a great job creating these impactful scenes with every Pokemon they depict. I don't talk much about trainer cards here, but they've also penned quite a few of those across the Scarlet and Violet block, doing a great job fleshing out both sides of the coin with their lovely style. Their style isn't as extreme as others, but the more you see, the more you can recognize the subtle cartoonishness in it that pairs with the action focus for quite the effect. A scroll of their socials also reveals them to be quite the fan of Donkey Kong, Ranma 1/2, and Metabots of all things, and has contributed to a number of other TCGs as well, making them quite the prolific artists, and one who I'm glad to see lending their talents to the Pokemon TCG. In pack 6, we find Julie Hang's Squawkabilly, Nisimono's Cynthia's Roselia, Ren's Team Rocket's Nidoran Female, Jerky's Team Rocket's Flaffy, Uta's Team Rocket's Muck, Yusoto Niso's Arcanine, Team Rocket's Giovanni by Akage, Kodama's Team Rocket's Coughing, Unanori's Team Rocket's Raticate, and Anisaki Dynamics Hydrapple. I do tend to focus on flashier prints here, so let's step back a bit and look at something a bit simpler. Drawn by 151 alum Nisimono, Cynthia's Roselia makes the most of the characteristic soft lighting and blend of colors to make a gentle piece that fits the theme nicely with its ruined backdrop, which seems like the exact place one would expect to run into the Sinnoh champion. That or a random house in Undella Town. Your pick. Within pack 7, we have Svelt's Yanma, Tomomi Ozaki's Cynthia's Gibble, Yashiro Nanako's Pineco, Miki Tanaka's Clamperl, Arvin's Sandwich by Ayumi Odashima, Natsumi Yoshida's Misty's Starmie, Shie Nanahara's Rapidash, a reverse holo Marnie's Purloin, a reverse holo Squawkabilly, and Gosen's Misty's Gyarados. There's a handful of Pokemon that always feels a bit challenging to get right, but Yashiro Nanako makes the most of the situation with Pineco here. The oranges, yellows, and warm greens of the piece give this fall feeling to it that matches nicely with the blue-greens of our subject. The more you look at it, the more you appreciate the subtle abstraction of the backdrop, but it's sometimes the simpler settings that work the best, as they do here. Nearing the end, in Pack 8, we get Tomokazu Komiya's Snover, Minahamu's Hippopotas, another Team Rocket's Ekans, another Combuskin, NC Empire's Marnie's Morgrem, Team Rocket's Venture Bomb by Toist Beach, Yuya Oka's Arvin's Toadscroll, a reverse holo Cynthia's Roselia, Kazumasa Yasukuni's Team Rocket's Wobbuffet, and Mitsuhiro Arita's Zamazenta. Somehow, I have not yet talked about Tomokazu Komiya yet, or highlighted any of his prints, so let's rectify that here. I've been lukewarm on many of Komiya's newer prints, but Snover shows a sort of return to form for the TCG veteran that I'm so glad I get to yap about. Snover is absolutely bursting with color in its snow that never stays a single degree of white for too long. The cheerful grin on our subject's face as it throws up chunks of snow show that it's having an absolute blast frolicking about any goofy abstraction that Komiya has absolutely perfected by now. Komiya is nothing short of the GOAT when it comes to Pokemon cards. He's penned close to 300 cards since debuting all the way back in Neo Genesis, and changes styles all the time. His style draws from various tribal cultures as well as children's illustrations, and yet the creativity in the man's compositions should not be understated, putting out some of the most creative and fun prints the TCG has ever seen, including my personal favorite card of all time, Whalemore 45 from Cosmic Eclipse. He's printed a lot less these days than he once did, but every card still comes with a certain excitement and getting to see what this absolute legend will do next, and I'm super excited to see what he does in the next era. In our last pack, we find another Mudbray, another Breloom, another Snover, another Hippopotas, another Arvin's Toadscroll, Akira Igawa's Team Rocket's Golbat, Team Rocket's Archer by Hideki Ishikawa, a reverse holo Team Rocket's Nidoqueen, Mikayu's Team Rocket's Raticate illustration rare, and Kazumasa Yasukuni's Blaziken. I feel like I'm eating my words after having already previously talked about Mikayu, but I can't miss the opportunity to do it again. Much like Sabateri, they've been a real standout rookie of the Scarlet and Violet era, and I always love seeing what they do next. Raticate here perfectly encapsulates their knack for manic energy, with the sight of frenzied Raticate just chewing up everything in sight and being an absolute nuisance. The whole vibe is further locked in by the goofy grin and Mario-esque pose of the grunt, who knows exactly what he's doing releasing this horde on the world. It's kind of goofier side of Team Rocket that we don't get a lot of in this set, but I'm glad we at least get to see here. With that, we reach the end of the box. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And until next time, I'm... One second. Yeah? Okay, you got the goods? Alright. I'll be right out. Where's he at? Freaking wasting my time like this. God, it's late. He gets here soon. Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to find you online. You have no idea how desperate it's been. Yeah, it's you haven't been able to find anything. The withdrawals have been pretty bad. Yeah, like full-blown hallucinations and everything. Alright, so like how much do I... Come on, man. That's not what we agreed on. We agreed on 30 a pack. You can't be raising it like that. What do you mean the situation's changed? No, you're mad. Hey, stop. Ugh. Fudge. Where am I? Fucking course. God, I could go for a drink right now. I'm so thirsty. What the hell? Gotta stop getting into this situation.
You can only pick one. Choose wisely.
It's pretty obvious to me. Hey, who killed the lights?
Your choice.
Hey, no, stay back. Oh, God, fuck. Oh, not the face. Ah. Well, I had to fight him off, but we got the pack after all of that, so I might as well open it. In our bonus pack, we get Emilia Cart's Electabuzz, another Cynthia's Roselia, Oswaldo Cato's Team Rocket's Porygon, Daisuke's Heat Rotom, another Teal Mask Ogerpon, another Team Rocket's Giovanni, another Arcanine, a reverse holo Team Rocket's Golbat, Ghidorah's Ethan's Typhlosion illustration rare, and another Misty's Gyarados. Might as well finish things off with quite the heavy hitter. Ethan's Typhlosion is an explosive print coming from Brilliant Stars alum Ghidorah, catching us right in the middle of the action as our subjects brave the heat of battle in a way that reminds me an awful lot of the Gacha music video from 2020. It's such a perfect snapshot of the ongoing action that it just takes your breath away seeing it with your own eyes. Ghidorah debuted right alongside Ghostin in Brilliant Stars and is no stranger to big chase illustrations, having also penned Perrin from Twilight Masquerade and the Pikachu EX SIR from Surging Sparks. They've got this nice blend of realism and abstraction in their pieces and have a deceptively strong sense for lighting scenes, which helps build out the subtle beauty in each of their prints. They seem to draw a lot of inspiration from Disney Pixar in their personal works, which also explains a lot of the youthful charm in all of their pieces. Not the flashiest artist, but one whose work has contributed quite a bit to the TCG in their 3 years working on it, and it's always a treat getting to see what they'll be tasked with next. With that, we reach the true end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, here's a picture of everything that we pulled today. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and comment down below your favorite card from Destined Rivals, as well as what you think of the set as a whole. Overall, I think it was a pretty alright set. I just kind of wish that finding product wasn't so agonizing. I'm still surprised that I was able to find a box in the wild in the first place. I was kind of expecting it to be another journey together situation. To get serious for a bit of a minute, as fun as these videos are to make, I think this is going to be my last video in the series for a while. I'll go into a little more detail in the description, but with the state of the hobby right now, I just don't feel as motivated to keep going as I have been. I'd hoped that I'd be able to weather the storm and offer some refuge from all the chaos, but the stress of trying to find product every launch has just been a lot, and after all of my local scores were picked clean, of Black Bolt and White Flare, I think that was just about the last straw for me. But this hobby was never really meant to be something that I spend so much energy on, and with how my personal life has been, I don't want to keep pushing myself to make content to the point where I come to hate this hobby that I've dedicated so much time to. I'm not giving up entirely on the series, but moving forward, I don't want to feel pressured to find a product just to make a video on. So sort of moving forward, I'll make videos when I can, and hopefully once my life and the market stabilizes, I can return to making these with every new release, because like I said, they are really fun to make, and it's really fun to put these out there as well. If you want to be there for those new episodes, whenever they come out, remember to click subscribe. And you can head over to the channel page to see previous videos in the series, as well as my other series that I will be focusing on in the meantime. This is not the end of me making content in general. But until we meet again, Godspeed, and remember, when you're chasing commons, every pack is a God pack.